afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young on this beautiful September 29th. It's the last show of September. Next week is October, and I have some great shows then. And I have my birthday coming up on Monday, so don't forget. But before we start tonight's show, I have an incredible guest. He's far away. He's from the Ukraine, and we're going to talk about that situation because it needs to be discussed. But before we get to him, I've got to read these incredible underwriters, and then we will commence per usual. So I want to thank Auto Country, king of the used car in Abington, #1 in the dealer ratings for Massachusetts in 2021 out of 4,500. Been with me since the beginning. Great customer service. We get them. We get Body by Avelina in Brockton. We get Uplifted Nutrition in Taunton. Make us a great shakes and morsels. We got Lynch's Towing Auto Cycle and Truck Center in Brockton. One number for towing, one number for projects. Always looking for new scrap metal, wheels, anything to do with transportation. My pal Lynchy can deal with over there. We got Johnny Macaroni's Restaurants, 2 in East Bridgewater, 1 in Halifax. We're Countertops Express in North Attleboro, experts in installing and removing quartz and granite. We get One Good Credit in Brockton. We got Nutrition Lab in Walpole. We got Marion Brothers Tuxes in Brockton, run by my old friend, John Marion, whom I grew up with. We got Autotown Auto Glass installed in Abington. We got the Barber Shop in Whitman. We got John's Greenhouses and Florist Shop in Brockton. We got the law offices of Carl Helene and Stefani in Brockton, specializing in personal injury and workman's comp law. We got Easton Fitness right in the Village Shops in Northeastern. We got Miz here in Champs Boutique in Brockton. We got Chapin Sheds in Whitman for the last time until next spring. We got Fadeologist 101 Barbershop in Brockton. We got Grant's Rental in Bridgewater. We got RW Carpet and Flooring in Norton, covering floors for 50 years. We got Doggy Boutique, all breed professional grooming for dogs and cats, run by my great next door neighbor, Debbie Siddell in Brockton. We got the Gun Runner LLC in Middleborough, the Second Amendment Freedom Store, and we got Joe's Diner in Taunton. I want to thank you guys very much. And now on that note, I'll introduce Mr. Tigran Avagyan. Is that how you say your last name? I'm saying it slow. Is that
Yes, everything is correct. Tigran Avagyan. Okay, you are right.
Okay, we'll make sure.
Hello, Harrison. Hello.
And you're from Ukraine, and well, you know, ordinarily with most of the guests I speak with, you know, I profile them, and I'm gonna do that with you too. But because of the situation being as unusual as it is, what I want you to do is I want you to sum up for me in a couple of paragraphs what your story is. You know, what you're in the Ukraine. Tell me about the situation as you're experiencing it. And what is your be all end all hope for, you know, getting on my show tonight and discussing this? I know we have to share this with the world, so you tell me in your own words, obviously. And if I have any questions, I'll roll them in. So go ahead, Tigran.
Okay, thank you very much, Harrison, for the opportunity to take the floor concerning these very important issues that happened now.
Right.
It's a crucial point, not only for Ukraine, it's a crucial point for the whole world. Right. Ukraine is more than 7 months fight for freedom,
right?
Fight for liberty against barbaric aggression, you know, that it's unprecedented after the Second World War.
Right.
Ukraine was attacked from the part of Russia, President Putin and Russian Federation, right, with the aim to occupy Ukraine, with the aim to factually to destroy the Ukrainian state, because before this aggression we lived a normal life as other countries of continental Europe. Everybody lived basing his plan, every family, every organization, every corporation and the state. And now we lost temporary share, approximately 20% of the territory. We have very huge losses of our citizens. A lot of people, 10,000 were killed by the part of Russian troops. And now Ukraine nation fight for freedom with the serious support of United States is very important, with the serious support of the whole civilized world of Great Britain, of continental Europe states, but sure, without support of USA, it will be impossible to fight against this aggressive invasion of Russia. And the whole Ukrainians, thank you to Americans because we understand, we feel that we are not alone. And Ukraine fight not only for the freedom for Ukrainian state, we fight for the whole civilization. It's very important for us.
Yeah.
When we, yes, now our soldiers fight also for the freedom of the whole Europe.
Okay. Now tell me about, what is your situation? Are you, I mean, what are you doing in terms of, you know, dealing with the situation yourself? Are you involved in any of the war itself, or are you escaping it, or what? What's going on with you? I'm just trying to find that out. If you want to tell me, it's fine. And if not, that's fine too. He's freezing up. Can you hear me?
Good communication.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hello?
Okay. Did you hear what I just said? I'll ask you again. What exactly is going on? What is your situation specifically? Do you have a family? Are you trying to free up your own people in your family and friends from the war itself? Is that what you're doing specifically?
Yes, I will explain. I will explain my situation is the same as the situation of everybody, because present time, majority of Ukrainians, I will speak about the majority because my situation is not different.
No, it isn't.
We practically the overwhelming majority, 95% of the citizens of Ukraine lost opportunity to live normal life.
Of course.
A lot of people lost work. A lot of people lost salary. A lot of people became refugees.
Yeah.
And really about more than 20% of the population of Ukraine became refugees, lost their homes.
Yeah.
If everybody of us, as everywhere in civilized world, we try to build our life, yes? As you know, that it has American dream, but Ukraine dream is not different from American dream. It's a good work, good house, good possibility for education for children, and practically everything this was stopped. Now we don't know what will be in the future, because it's very difficult to earn money now. For the majorities became impossible. The Ukrainian territories under the rocket missiles attack, 24 hours a week, 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. And really nobody expects that it's possible in 21st century. Nobody.
Okay. All right. Just hang in there. Okay.
I lost they died about families.
Okay,
that died as a case of missiles attacks. This is our situation in Ukraine.
Right. Okay. Now, I mean, are you like I said though? Are you trying to bring your family into a safer place? Is that what you're doing yourself? I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure. Majority of people try to do it, and for example, for me, it's successful. But a lot of people remained under the occupation, and this their situation is very difficult, because I don't know. I could tell everything what's happened there, but it's a horror situation. And not everybody that will watch this our TV that now we speak will understand the level of horror things that happened with people under the occupation.
Well,
it's really tragic,
and I'm aware of it, and it's horrible. I know, believe me.
They kill children. They attack necessary house. They annihilate hospitals. They rape women. You know, they do such things that not happened during Nazi invasion. It's worse than it was during Nazi invasion in Europe.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's impossible to imagine what they do. and only together, only with USA, with European Union together, with North Atlantic Treaty Organization, it's possible to create a bulwark against this barbaric attack, to stop it. Because in 21st century, it must not be such cases, those that we face. It's horrible. Really, it's horrible that happened now with Ukraine. Ukraine, it's a great European country, developed country, basing the democratic values. And we face the barbaric country that try to create a new empire. But we know that the times of empires, they finished approximately 100 years ago, but try to use the standards of 19th centuries in 21st century.
Right.
This is a paradox. This is a paradox that the United Nations, that the whole world face, pursuing, analyzing how to pursue its policy.
Right. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, right now, I mean, I'm looking at you and you look safe for the moment. Do you feel safe where you are now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm safe, but my relatives and my friends not safe.
Right. Okay. No, I know.
Yes,
I know that.
What I do, I create. I'm not a blogger, but I became a blogger.
Okay.
I YouTube.
Right. Bear with me. It freezes up a little bit. Okay. Boy, it's annoying.
I tell about what in English and in Armenian. I had to do it because it said that I could do it now.
Okay. So you're a blogger now. Is that what you said? You blog? Is that it?
What?
You say you're a blogger?
Yes, I became a blogger. Yes, I create YouTube channel.
Okay. And where do you blog to?
I try to speak 4 languages that something with communication.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm not hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
I'm not hearing you.
Can you hear me a little better? I know we're having some issues with technology here, the freezing. All right.
Yes. Now I hear you. Yes.
I know.
Possible it's a distance because America. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I listen to you.
Right. Okay. Can you hear me now, though?
Yes, I hear. Yes, I hear.
All right. You told me you're doing a blog. Tell me where you blog. Just like on. Is that like Twitter?
No, it's a video. It's I record video about the war, about geopolitics, about to explain the people outside Ukraine what's happened in our country.
Right.
Yes, I tell about battles, about situation on front line, about offensive action of Russian army, about how our soldiers and officers try to resist this offensive operation of Russian army. And I tell also about refugees throughout the world, because only in Poland we have more than 4 million refugees, and we have more than 9 million refugees. That's total. It's a very huge amount, and it's very difficult for them from psychological point of view, from all the point of view, to find their place when the people lost everything, their homes, their work, their friends, and their relatives. Right. I try to share my opinion and communicate with people to assist them also. From psychological point of view, it's very important. Yes, that I do. Yeah.
You have a very calming manner, which is good. I think that it probably helps a lot of your citizens, a lot of your fellow citizens to hear you. You know, I know it's got to suck right now, obviously, especially with, but of course now we see that there's a lot of backlash in Russia too. A lot of these citizens are trying to get out of Russia so they don't get called, you know, to mobilize in Ukraine and annex those 4 provinces that they were talking about on the news. I can't name them because I don't know them off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. And that's the latest thing going on. And I guess tomorrow Putin is going to declare his annexation. You know, they sent those soldiers to the homes and with the machine guns and telling them to vote, to allow them to do it, which I know it makes no sense, obviously. But hopefully, I mean, I'll be honest with you, as a citizen of the United States, obviously we're looking at this as, it's a problem that we wonder, could we have done something about it earlier to stop it? And now that it's going on, what can we do to help? Obviously, our president is doing what he can, but it's going to take a lot more stuff. Evidently, Putin is in it for the long haul, and we got to deal with that. So I see that on the news every day. Now, right now, because we had a big hurricane in the United States yesterday, and that's kind of keeping your thing off the world news stage, but it's coming right back, obviously, because this is pretty important. And in a way, it's almost nice to know that, you're somebody that, at least for now, you're safe from what's going on, and you're doing what you can to help your fellow citizens, which is pretty important. Do you have a big family?
I have 2 sons and a wife. We are 4 person.
Okay. Are they safe right now?
Yes.
Good.
Everything okay with them. What I would like to stress, emphasize that the whole people of goodwill now, as a whole mankind, thank you to United States for such serious support of democracy, because exists 2 worlds, a world of autocracy and world of democracy.
Right.
And USA, it's a real most important bulwark of democracy in the world.
It is.
It's a hope of the whole humanity. And it's very important for us that we feel this support of American nation.
Yep.
Especially now when Russia tried to launch a new wave of mobilization, when Russia tried to organize some false election on occupied territories.
Right.
Especially now, we feel the strong support.
Good. Okay.
And we know that we will win. Sure, we will win, because truth will win anytime and forever. It's normal. Never the false, never the falsification, never the aggression and barbarian approach could win the truth and democracy values.
Right. I got to tell you, as an American citizen here, I don't take my political freedom for granted. I know how important it is. And I know that a lot of us have issues in our own lives. But the fact is, at least we, I just keep thinking about the fact that I can come and go as I please and feel pretty safe doing it here. And I know, and believe me, I feel for you guys over there. I know that's got to be, pretty rough. So I hope that, what happens in the next few months or whatever is going to help you guys prevail and help the world, see a free space again, like it should be, help Ukraine feel safe again on, in its own turf, obviously, which is basically the best way I can word it. So it's been a rough 7 months. Obviously, I get that there's a lot of dissension amongst the Russians too, and I don't know if that's probably. I'm hoping that's going to turn things around in our favor, your favor, but we'll have to see on that. I mean, Putin is unpredictable right now. His oligarchs are crazy, I think, based on what I've seen. But hopefully he is part of the roundup of countries that are supposed to be civilized nations. Obviously, right now it certainly doesn't seem like it. And I don't know anything about dealing with diplomacy with this kind of thing. I would not want to be the president right now. This has got to be a pretty tough issue for you. I would not want to be your president either, obviously. But I think your president is doing a great job at keeping people's faith intact as much as he can. He's a good orator, and I hold him in high praise for that. And I wonder if you do as well. Zelensky.
Yeah, I completely share your opinion, and our president now is a real leader.
Yeah.
That lead nation through the very strong waves in the ocean of problems. It's very important, very important. And we proud of President and Chief Commander of Ukrainian militaries. It's very important for us that we made the right choice during our last election. Also, it's very important that on international level, it's a very strong communication between US government and Ukrainian government, between the European Union country members governments and our government. We hope that also it will continue after the election in United States.
Yeah, right.
Because we know that it's very serious period in United States, and United States politically concentrated this time on local problems, but it's a world war, and we hope that United States officials will share responsibility between election in USA and this terrible war. It's very important. Without support of United States, we could not crush the enemies of democracy in the world. And we see that United States now pursue very active policy everywhere, not only Ukraine, throughout the world. Also very remarkable the role of United States in South Caucasus. The visit of Nancy Pelosi was very important for Armenia also to support Armenians that fight also for democracy against barbaric regimes. It's also very important. I see that we very appreciate that United States enhance activity on international level. It's very important for world. And we hope that USA will increase international activities throughout the world.
Right. I noticed that I got the sense that China is not really on board with this war, and that's a good thing because they're an ally of Russia. I don't know if you agree with me there.
Yeah, China not support Russia, I think, and it's very important because China, it's a country that live basing the strategic perspective.
Right.
And I'm sure that they understand that cooperation with Russia or supporting the Russia will be only problem for Chinese future. That's why I appreciate also that China will not support Russian Federation. Practically, Russia has no any ally states. It's very important.
Right.
Russia is alone. And sure, it's a very serious base for future victory of democracy, because Russia also need democracy, because any country, any nation need democracy for stable development, because without democracy, impossible the real good level of life for any nation. That's why we need democracy throughout the world. Kind of world must be world must be based on liberal and democratic values. It's only one way, not exist other way. Nevertheless, some regimes, some states try to insist alternative that is not exist really. Because if you have no freedom, you will be in the red all the time. You will be without work, without money, without perspective, without anything. And only very small circle of politicians will have everything of this.
Okay.
But we live only one, and I'm sure that everybody of us has the right in fate.
All right, freezing up. Oh, come on. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, come on.
Yes, I hear. I hear.
All right, yeah, we're having a little issue.
I hear.
So, well, tell me now, now you grew up in the Ukraine. What was life like when you were a kid growing up there?
What? It
What
was
was
not a
life
good
like
connection.
as a child for you growing up in the Ukraine?
Now it's a problem for everybody to visit schools because schools and universities under the missiles attack and air attack of Russia. It's a great problem, and it's possible to organize only online education and it's only on the territories were controlled by the Ukrainian troops. But on occupied territories, any educational processes were stopped. And really, it's a tragedy because the students could not visit university, to have the university process, to participate university process. All schools are closed. Yes, and only after stopping this terrible war, it's possible to again renew the normal educational process. It's a very big psychological trauma for children, for teenagers, and we will need, after this war will be stopped, a lot of special medical centers that will concentrate it to the solving this problem, because really it's a great impact on psychosomatic of people, of psychology. And also we will need to assistance in this process. We will need a lot of specialists, a lot of psychologists that will organize this process of returning to a normal life.
Oh, I can imagine it's going to be one heck of a return of a transition when you go back. I can see that. Yeah.
Yes, really, USA has this experience after Vietnam War. It was a lot of problems, yes, with the soldiers that returned back. And as I know, its process was approximately 20-25 years to solve these psychological problems. We also will face the same that USA faced after the war in Vietnam. We will face the same problem. It's not difficult. It's a great challenges for the whole nation. But everybody of us are ready to build effective society, basing the democratic values, basing the free economy, basing the fruitful cooperation between European countries. Yes, basing the open and right principles of free world.
Yeah, I know freedom has never come easy though in our history. In the whole world, it's always been. It's taken thousands of years to live to have so many democracies on earth, and there's always somebody that's trying to spoil that, unfortunately. So we have to deal with it. It's a sad fact, but it seems to ring true right now. Well, listen, you're hanging in there, and I appreciate you talking.
Yes, the time of.
Yeah, I appreciate you talking to me tonight. We're under 5 minutes. I hope we talked enough about what you wanted to talk about, that get the word out about what's going on for you and the people of Ukraine. And I hope I did a good enough job interviewing you. I know it's a tough subject to talk about, obviously, but you handled it pretty well. I hope you had as good a time with me as you could possibly have, in spite of the technical difficulties we're having because of the distance between us. So are you satisfied with the interview? Do you think it went well?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think every such meetings very important to explain the people that are a long distance from our conflict, from our place, what's happened in our country. Publicity and open information for everybody is very important, because only together we could win in this situation. It's not only fight of Ukraine or fight of Europe.
I know. Jesus,
I our future show that to be very important. Also, it's very important to participate the discussions in my channel,
Yeah.
YouTube
Okay.
channel. I mean, Ukraine will see, Ukrainians will see
Yeah. Okay.
that I'm also involved about situation. It's very important for us.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to wrap the show up now. Now, I'm going to ask you one favor. Would you mind sticking around and doing a picture to show that you were on, to prove you were on my show? My guy will take it, my tech guy, when we finish. With my phone.
What as you talk,
Are we okay?
that
Are you
we
okay
are
doing a picture with my phone to show that you were on my show
our show.
after we finish?
Yes, sure.
Okay. All right. We're going to
Up
wrap.
to you. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Tigran, you did a great job, and thanks for talking to me, and hang in there. We're going to get through this. All right.
Thank you, Harrison. Thank you. Sure. Thank you very much.
Okay, you guys saw it here, and we'll see you in October for topic time. More great episodes. Take care. See you then. Bye. Have a good one. Music. There we go.